Welcome to the Freewoman podcast, a space for all women who are ready to break free of the inauthentic life. Remember to like and subscribe for more Free Woman in your feed.
Inhale, exhale. You've arrived. Now let's laugh. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
For those of you listening in real time, it's a new year.
Yeah, we're back after taking our little break too, which was really nice.
Yeah.
Little Christmas break,
Little
vacation time.
holiday vacation. Yeah, but unfortunately, it has been raining, so it doesn't feel very holiday-esque
It
here.
doesn't. Where we live, usually by now we'd have a lot of snow.
Yeah.
A couple inches at least.
We usually
but-
have snow starting in October.
Yeah, but we've been having rain.
It's
and-
mud and rain.
Yeah, and it just doesn't feel like winter, and it feels kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's like we live on the Oregon coast without the beauty of the ocean. We're just
know.
here in this muddy desert.
Yeah, it's not as pretty. Well, at least Oregon's like lush and
That's
all
what
the
I
trees,
mean.
right? Like here, it's just like you said, a desert.
Yeah, I think that nature is really confused. It's like, should I grow? The animals are like, do we
hibernate?
wake up?
Yeah. It's been weird. Like I've felt it too. I'm like, this feels really off. This feels really weird. So,
It's interesting how much our rhythm or system kind of unconsciously is accustomed to the
Yeah,
seasons.
to
or
the seasons.
Yeah. And so when it's raining and it's supposed to be snowing, you just feel off. And people are kind of grumpy.
They are.
Yeah, they don't like it.
I mean, the snow, I like it because it is bright. It's pretty. It does, and when it gets dark at like 4:30 in the evening, it makes it not feel as dark. But right now, it's
Yeah.
just been so dark and gloomy.
It's the silver lining. It's the snow lining.
It's
to
the snow lining.
the darkest time of the year. But here we are in rain. So yeah.
So that's how we're doing and how we're feeling right now.
Yeah, we had, I think, a pretty good holiday, in spite of all our grinching on our last episode. It was a nice holiday season.
It was. It got through it, and it wasn't too bad.
Minimal drama.
Minimal drama. Just what I wanted.
It's kind of like what happens when you just cut out all the toxic people. It's just quiet.
It is. It was really quiet. I think I was even a little bored. I was like, wow, I don't know what to do with myself. It's just so quiet. There's nobody around. I don't have to go to a bunch of families' houses and say hi to people. And
I did notice that was an adjustment when I started cutting out toxic people from my life. Is suddenly there wasn't all this drama. There wasn't this roller coaster ride happening all the time. And it was a bit of an adjustment for my system. I was kind of bored.
yeah.
I was just like, oh, well, I guess it's just going to be a normal day. There's no fireworks going off or
Yeah.
bombs exploding or people showing up in the middle of a meltdown, you know?
Or just feeling buzzy and kind of wired all the time. I know. I was telling myself when I was bored, I'm like, we've dreamed of having this. Like, we've dreamed of feeling so like quiet and had nothing to do. We wanted to be bored. And you know what? We got it. And so that kind of helped. And I was trying to really embrace it and enjoy it and watched a lot of movies that I like to watch during this season, and it was nice.
Our nervous system kind of gets addicted to the abuse cycle. It's like it's like riding a roller coaster, and even though it's not good, there's some really low points. There is this kind of feeling of exhilaration.
Yeah, like the
comes with
drama.
it. Yeah.
That's why I'm sure people love like soap operas.
Yeah,
They love the drama.
I know, like in my a marriage that was so toxic, I used to always say, well, at least I'm never bored with him. At least I'll never bored with him.
Well, I want the opposite now. I want someone
Yeah.
that feels calm, relaxing, and there's no big surprises.
Yeah, when I started dating a healthy man, it was really disconcerting because he just always showed up when he said he'd show up. He always responded when I texted him, and there was never any question in my mind about what's going on or where he's at or what he wants. And I was like, well, this is almost kind of boring. And then I was like, well, let's remember what it was like when we were with someone not boring. Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, and stressful and exhausting. And then you're trying to take care of your kids at the same time with like just a thread of energy. And
yeah, well, you're just constantly on like an adrenaline rush. It's just survival all the time.
yeah.
Because even when you're having a peaceful day, you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop, right?
Yeah. Well, and then as you get older, your body can't really keep up with that adrenaline cortisol high all the time. And then eventually you just start getting sick and aging.
Which is what I think a lot of women are getting perimenopause symptoms earlier because of that, because our adrenals do affect our hormones. And we're all in adrenal burnout.
Yeah, you hit 40 and it's like you hit this wall, boom, I can't do it anymore. My body's like, you know what, you got to listen to me now because we're done.
Or you leave that super abusive relationship that you got into when you were young and dumb. And
well, young and naive, like we didn't know. Like,
well, yeah, you can say uneducated, I guess.
Uneducated, like we just didn't know. We were just following what we were told we were supposed to do.
I mean, I was dumb.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Young and dumb, then.
Yeah, just, that confidence that young adults have where they think they know everything and they know nothing. And then you just get to learn everything the hard way because you decide to be so stubborn.
Well, it is a really great way of learning about life.
And then a decade later, just you're falling apart. And he finds another younger woman or easy, dumb woman replacement.
Yeah.
And you're just left, a bitter cat lady, I guess. I'm like, what is the life cycle of the perimenopausal woman?
You can become bitter. Like I've definitely felt it in me. I'm like, oh, this is where the bitterness comes from.
I was like, I understand now why old women, some of them are so damn bitter, or like our mother's generation has so much rage.
Oh yeah, and just like that snapback that they have.
Yeah,
like,
those Karens.
Oh yeah,
videos that are out there where women are just losing their freaking minds.
Oh, I know.
In public.
Yeah, I just sent you one of this woman screaming at another lady that was sitting on a rock she wanted to be on, and she was like in her face screaming at her, and I was like, well, this is what happens when you never let your rage out.
Yep. And then you hit middle age and the hormones start shifting.
Yeah, it's just not good.
It's like a volcano waiting to erupt.
It's not good. It's awful. And then your body just starts falling apart and you have no more energy. And so you have a choice.
Yep.
Either start doing some of your inner work or just become old, bitter, and blaming everybody else. A victim. Just become a victim and blame everybody else.
Well, you can always just, keep getting Botox and injections and fillers and lifts and pretend like none of it's happening.
I have to say, no matter how much Botox and facelifts you get, you can still see the bitterness in their face.
It kind of shapes their mouth. It looks like they're sucking on a lemon all the time.
It doesn't matter how much you get injections in those lips. They are still very tight.
It's not resting bitch face. It's resting bitter face.
It is.
That bitter taste of life.
It's right
fermenting
there.
On your tongue.
Yeah. Well, God, I mean, there's just so many injustices that happen, and it's really hard to, anybody. I mean, it can be a man too, but come on, women. Goddamn.
Well, yes, like men are abused and they go through obviously victim situations as well, but I think that it's undeniable that women have been oppressed as a whole.
Yeah.
for
a long time.
a long time, thousands of years. I mean,
like,
biblical.
I mean, we used to be just like sold as property.
We still kind of are.
We still kind of are.
My ex, he wrote a return letter to my parents when we were getting divorced. He said he was returning them because returning me because he no longer wanted me anymore.
I know. So,
like I was a piece of property being handed back.
Oh my God, so old fashioned. But he was Mormon, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he was raised Mormon, but I don't know if I blame the Mormon for it. I feel like it's more kind of that like radicalization that's happening in men who are they don't have a lot going on for them.
Yeah.
They're not like super attractive. They're not super rich and they have mommy issues. Mm-hmm. And so they just kind of hate women.
Yeah. Well, it felt like he was really trying to jab at you too. I mean, like, you can have her back.
Yeah, I think, well,
here's your trashy girl back.
Well, that's what happens when you leave an abuser. And they have to try to humiliate you and devalue you because it's a way to protect their ego.
Yeah, you've embarrassed them. You've like hurt.
You're not ego. Dumping them. They're dumping you.
Yeah. And you can have this trashy whore back.
Exactly. Meanwhile, he's got someone who's like 10 years younger than him with like triple D boobs moving in. I'm like, am I really the trashy one?
I know.
Oh, such is life. See, this is the life cycle of the perimenopausal woman.
Yeah.
It's like, butterflies go through their stages. And women go through this.
Yeah, and then women, they do. I know, it's really awful. Like when I got divorced with my ex, he had a woman lined up right away too. Which
they always do.
Which it didn't surprise me. I actually was not surprised because I was like, well, he did this through our entire relationship. What really surprised me or hurt me is like how quickly he moved her in with the kids and she became their mommy. I was like, okay.
Well, that's where
that's a low
It's one thing when they're, humiliating you and doing horrible things to you, it's bad enough. But when they start doing it to your children or your loved ones, or he even came after some of my friends, and I don't know, it was such an awful feeling to be so grateful for the very few people who stood by me, but also feel like guilty. I'm so sorry that your friendship with me is causing this chaos in your life.
Yeah, you don't want to hang out with me anymore. I get it.
I really do understand.
I do understand.
But also, you're like my last friend.
It would mean a lot to me if you stuck around.
It's not too much.
I have no one anymore. Well, it's kind of nice, go through the divorce and kind of get a clean slate with even friends because, it...
Yeah, you learn a lot.
You learn a lot. A lot of them are just
fair weather friends.
Fair weather friends. A lot of them are just like your ex-husband.
Some of them aren't even fair weather friends. They're like, as long as you drag my dead weight forward, friends.
A lot of them are just using you.
As long as you prop me up with
you make me feel better about myself. I'm going to keep you around. And then, your life goes to shit and they're like, oh, wow, you look horrible now. We're going to walk away as quickly as possible. Distance. You're not making me look good anymore. We'll hide over here. And then when you start to put your life back together again, we'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was just so busy. I had so much going in my life too. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to help you. And you can just go, fuck you.
Yeah, that's where the bitterness comes in.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, and I feel my mouth doing that thing. I'm like, there it is. That's like the sour taste.
The lips are starting to pucker.
Quick, go get the Botox.
Relax the mouth. Relax the mouth. I know oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I want to have the puckered lip look. We
were playing around with the camera before we started, and we were like looking at what our lips would look like if we got them done.
Ooh, that's all lip and no eyes. We'd have to get our eyes done after that one.
Well, that's why one thing leads to another. Yeah. It looks out of place.
Things are looking out of balance, so that's why we're just going to let everything sag slowly together.
Well, makeup just becomes more and more essential to daily
life. Wait, let's do our eye all the way up to our eyebrow.
I remember when I was young and I was like, I think I look better without makeup. And I think I did actually look better without makeup.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, nope, we don't.
No.
Look better without makeup.
I know, there's days when I'm doing nothing. I'm just in the house alone, but damn, I gotta go put some bronzer on because I'm like, we look really bad.
Yeah, the skin just starts to show, the miles.
Yeah. Okay, now let's put some red lips on because wow. And then it's like, oh, okay, we look kind of alive again.
And it's not just the miles, it's the quality of those miles,
Yeah.
There's been potholes, unpaved roads.
Oh, there's been a complete a
mud pit,
mud slide come through and take the road out.
A sewage overflow.
Yeah, had to go through. Yeah, it's not been good.
Yeah.
So, you're going through survival most of your life, and then you hit 40, and then you just all of a sudden hit perimenopause, and then you just don't really have energy for anything anymore, and then you're just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Did I upset you? Well, I don't have the energy to even feel that, so I'm not sorry. Don't even have the energy to say I'm sorry. You're like, okay, we'll go figure that out.
Maybe just don't talk to me anymore, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it is great. I have to say, being in my 40s, having this feeling of not caring is really refreshing.
Yeah. It's like being set free.
It is like being
set free.
Speaking
of free women.
Free women.
Yeah, sometimes, you set yourself free, and sometimes life just sets you free.
It just pushes you over the edge.
Yeah, a boulder just comes down the hill and lands on you.
You have no choice.
Oh, I guess that life, I guess we just can't do that anymore. It's dead now.
Yeah, you can still try to fight it, but, at that point,
Well, you have to be careful, because if you try to fight it at that point, then you end up being on YouTube because someone caught you on camera screaming at a lady.
I know. Oh, I actually was really proud of the lady that sat there and just took her screaming at her. And eventually the lady sitting there spit in her face because she just couldn't tolerate it anymore. And then the lady screaming really lost it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you might need to walk away. She might rip your hair out now.
Yeah, I just feel bad. She had family with her.
Yeah.
The screaming lady had her family with her, and I was like, oh, you poor souls. Does she do this to you at home?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
They were all like, babe, it's okay. Just stop screaming. Come over here. Please stop. Please stop. But that's what happens if you never take care of all of the injustices that have happened to you in your life.
Well, and the thing that I find so many people struggling with, the hurdle that they can't get over when it comes to taking care of that internal rage, grief, is they try to do it in a logical way. They're like, I'm going to process this logically. I'm going to try to label everything, categorize it, blah, 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 blah. Really, what you need to do is you need to feel all of the emotions.
And you need to just be able to allow yourself to look really, just know you're going to look ugly and hideous as you go through it.
Maybe don't tell them that. Let them be surprised.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, never mind. You just go through it. You create a nice little space. Maybe do it with a therapist or, alone.
Yeah, it is. It's like a volcano or cystic acne.
Yeah, and it comes in layers. I've found when I've gone through it, when I've had release moments, and then I'm like, wow, that felt so good. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm done. Life is gonna be dandy. A month later, we're doing it again. It's another level. And then eventually you get to the pit of it, the rot root of this disease that slowly
that hard bit of infection that was underneath the acne pimple.
Yeah, you gotta get that sucker out. And then you have the most amazing scream cry of your life, but it's also quite uncomfortable.
Well, there's a lot of bravery required because you to be able to go into your trauma, you have to face things that are terrifying, but you also have to stop caring what other people think so much, because as you start doing your trauma work, people are going to push back.
They are, and
because you're going to be changing, and that upsets their reality if you change.
Yeah, it does. And then next thing you know, you might have to be going no contact with everybody you know because you tried to better yourself, and then their world just completely changed, and they don't want that. They don't like that. And
you think about it when Mormons, which is where we live, when they leave their religion, they start doing that deep work and looking into some of the falsehoods they've been told. how much pushback they get from their community. And so there's kind of a contract you're unknowingly in with people in your life to mutually act out this fantasy or this lie. And as you start doing your work, you start being more authentic, and the fantasy or lie, that contract, gets triggered.
Yeah, you just trigger the shit out of everybody around you.
Yep.
Unless they're authentic and they actually truly do care about you as a person.
They're like, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud that you're doing what's best for you. Well, and I found that, you know, when I come up against that and other people where maybe they're doing some kind of work and it's going to shift our relationship, I'm like, you know, good for them. If their path is going to need to take them away from me or from this dynamic.
Yeah, I don't take it personal.
No, it's not personal. I'm proud of them.
I'm really proud because we both know how hard it is.
Yeah, because sometimes we can play negative roles in other people's lives without even meaning to or having that intention. And so, if you need to walk away, then good. Do that.
When I started doing some of my really deep, like looking at that rotted root pus thing inside me, I was just so shocked at how triggered my family was with me. And I didn't even realize that me doing this was triggering them. I just started noticing that they were using me as the scapegoat in the family. And then they were triangulating the women especially and making me the bad guy. And I was like, I can't believe that I am doing this really hard work and all of you guys are becoming like assholes.
Yeah.
And it was really painful, but I still chose to do my work. And then I realized as I was going deeper and deeper, I'm like, oh, I realize what I'm doing. I'm holding up a mirror. And me like looking at these things, me talking about these things was making them, before they even wanted to like look at parts of themselves or like the patterns and the triggers and the cycles that go on in my family. And so instead of them being like love and kind towards me, they decided to make me a bad guy.
Well, that's the easier story for them to accept.
And I understood. I wasn't like, I didn't like hate them. I wasn't really necessarily angry. I think I was more like disappointed and just like really hurt that I had my in order for me to continue with my healing, my journey, my only best choice was to go no contact with everybody so I can like cut off any type of connection.
Well, your family though is how do we say this?
It's all right. Just put it out there.
Especially toxic. There was a lot of severe trauma. In your childhood and in your cousin's childhood and
just a lot of hidden secrets.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
But they're all still acting out.
They are.
The stories.
Yeah, and I guess for me, I didn't realize how serious it was until I started to kind of open Pandora's box. And then I saw how they reacted to everything. And I was like, oh, so this is who we really are. Yeah. And it's hard. So that's what I'm trying to say is like, if you start doing this, just expect some unexpected things. It is going to be painful. It is going to be hard, but.
Well, I mean, there's been pushback. Even people on the internet get triggered when you talk about your stories, when we talk about our stories. And that's so interesting that they are so triggered, they feel the need to attack random people online, people they don't even know, the background, the context. Sometimes they haven't even listened to the whole video.
The whole video, and I'm like, did you listen to what I just said?
You did not.
Because what you're telling me does not make sense at all.
Yeah, and so, I mean, talk about triggering people in your personal life, and your family, and your friend circles. I mean, just look at what happens online when you talk about trauma and how triggered people get.
I know, and that's why it's really hard to like put yourself out there because this is what's going to happen. And I guess you just get to that point, like we were saying with perimenopause, you almost just don't care anymore. I mean, I still do get triggered and I have to process these parts of myself inside because it's like this wounded inner girl that's like, wow, they're right. They're attacking me. And so, we have to go hang out for a while and be like, no, we're okay. We're doing fine. We're safe.
Yeah.
We did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And just keep talking, because it's the only way through. You just have to keep telling your stories. And people are going to accuse you no matter what. They're going to, gaslight you. And
well, and there's so many people that I've encountered in this trauma work who are willing to just go a few inches deep, I guess, and then they stop.
They dip their toes in the pond, and they're like, oh, that's a little too cold.
Yeah. But then I've also noticed that a lot of people want the appearance of doing the healing work without actually doing it. They want to go to the ayahuasca retreat or the silent retreat or do the yoga or the meditations, but they don't actually go into the trauma.
You don't turn around and actually face the shadow, the thing that scares you the most.
Yeah, and that was a hard lesson for me to learn, because I always make this false assumption that other people are on the same wavelength as me, that it's like, well, of course, if I have something like that, I'm going to look at it like I want to.
There's some really good pretenders out there,
but other people don't.
Yeah, some people are really good at acting and putting on that persona. It's taking some time for us to really figure out and see who is authentic or not. Yeah. And now that we've done it for so long and gone so deep, we usually can tell.
Not even just the false gurus, though, but a lot of the people that we've worked with, because we do trauma work, it's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's abuse here with your dad. Oh, I didn't realize we were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, we will not be back.
We thought we were just going to do a little work so then my business will grow and I can make money.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I just want to not feel depressed anymore. I don't want to actually have to, go down into the pit of despair.
Yeah, I got to go to that root where where that disgusting rot is, and you gotta go in there and kind of feel it. And because you're gonna still stay depressed. You're gonna be stuck. You're gonna feel stuck. I mean, there's tools you can do every day to kind of move it a little bit and make yourself feel a little bit more positive, but it just catches up to you, especially as you age. It's implanted. It goes with you for life.
Yeah, well, I know you've been doing a lot of work this holiday season.
I have, it's my favorite thing to do when I'm alone.
During Christmas.
I have been pretty dedicated to figure out a few beliefs I have about myself. And the only way to do it is have some space and some quiet space and sit with things, meditate, journal, and sit with it and go into it. And then for me, a lot of stuff comes in my dreams. So see a lot of things, I'm able to process a lot of stuff through my dreams. But yeah, I've been processing. I have this really, this part of myself that believes I'm the bad guy. I'm this really bad person. And it comes from my childhood. And it's been really hard to actually talk.
Yeah, if you were a scapegoat in your family system, I think all scapegoats have that. Mm-hmm. I know I had that too.
Yeah, and I also didn't speak about my divorce for so long. I've been kind of in hiding for a long time. But a lot of it had to do because, one, I have a lot of underlying anger.
What?
And that anger wants vengeance. And I was afraid if I started speaking, I was afraid if I even talked about things even after my divorce, even years after it, I was afraid that anger was going to take over and I would do malicious things to have justice or to get that relief a bit as well. So I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that I kind of went in a different route. I'm glad I've done a build up towards my work. I'm glad I have a therapist that can help me too to go into things. And I'm glad that and just to kind of go back a little bit, my father was a really dark human and he is a narcissist. And so that being a bad person thing is like, I'm afraid of being the narcissist. So that's why I hold myself back a lot from talking or telling my stories or talking about my divorce, because I really do believe that I am the narcissist. Which I know when you say you think that you're not, but I know how they handle things. I know how they react. I know how they are as a human because I grew up with it. It's like I got a PhD in this stuff, you know? It's like everybody in my family is a narcissist. Like my ex-husband is a narcissist. Almost all my ex-boyfriends are narcissists. It's been lovely. But I finally see it. But I'm just so afraid if I talk, if I express myself a certain way, that is going to make me the bad guy. So it's been challenging, but now I'm realizing it's not. I've had to like turn around and just look at this part of myself and tell myself every time I talk, I'm not the bad guy. I don't want vengeance. I mean, maybe a little bit, like little. I mean, I want justice. I want fairness. I want people who have gotten away with a lot of abuse to just be seen. And I've realized, well, the only way that's going to happen is for me to actually talk about it and tell my story. And so it is. It's like, it's a really hard thing to like face within myself. I've had to like find ways to actually a healthy way to get the anger out. But I think now that the anger is kind of moved, I'm feeling a lot of grief. So it's been fun. A lot of crying. A lot of really big sobs.
Yeah, rainy Christmas is a good time for that.
Yeah, just get to sit on the couch and cry.
Yeah, I think that a lot of survivors, in my experience, a lot of victims of abuse, they are afraid of letting their anger out.
Yeah.
And that's why they make such great targets for abusers, because they don't stand up for themselves. They don't push back. They don't have that like fiery...
Well, they can use the anger against you and tell you you're the abuser. And I think that's why it's so hard to let it out. I mean, that's why I've like kept it back.
But the anger is what makes you leave.
Uh-huh.
It's what makes you walk away. It's what makes you set those boundaries and respect them. Mm-hmm. And it also is a reflection of self-worth, of I deserve better. Like, I am angry on behalf of myself, who deserves better than
I mean, after my divorce, I really wanted to just go up to my ex-husband's house with his new girlfriend and go slap both of them in the face and spit at them. I really did. That was like, wow, we need to contain ourselves because this is like my dream right now.
Well, and that's the thing is once the anger starts coming out, because it's been repressed for so long and because the injustice is so huge, the anger is huge. And a lot of times it makes victims look crazy.
Exactly. So
and then they can say, you're the crazy one.
I'm the crazy one.
She's coming to our house and harassing us and doing all these crazy things.
Yes. So I've been trying to contain that for a long time. And
well, you have to find other ways to move the anger. Unfortunately, we can't go and attack people, even if they deserve it, even if they really deserve it.
God, I know. Even if it meant if you like attacked them and it made them look like a crazy person too, and then people would see them for who they are, you can't do that. So
I know. Yeah, I had a lot of anger when I was going through my custody battle because the injustice was just so huge. And anger, I think, was the most uncomfortable emotion to sit with. I am more comfortable with depression, with grief, with sadness, even when it's really sinking and low and heavy. Yeah. I feel like I can sit with that one better than the anger. Yeah, the anger, it does. It needs to leave your body. It feels pretty explosive. I mean, that's why exzercising is like so great. Such a good way for that. Yeah, that helped me quite a bit when I could move my body a lot. Back before I was so sick. Back before my body decided to completely collapse. Well, and I found that the unmoved anger creates sickness in the body. It does. Yeah, it does. I mean, those really like deep pieces. I mean, I think it develops into like arthritis in the body, gut issues. It also, I think, can make like joints hurt. Maybe not necessarily arthritis, but like inflamed as well. Yeah. And Stiffness. Well, if you think about when you get angry, how you tense. Mm-hmm. How you tense different parts of your body. Yeah. And so it makes sense that it would turned into this kind of stuck energy.
Like stiffness.
Yeah, this stiffness, right?
I can't move.
And an exercise that I've been doing lately is sending things back to people. I realize how much from a very young age I would take other people's shit and I would like take it upon myself and I'd let them make me the bad guy or make me the one who's supposed to fix it.
Yeah.
Or take care of it or love it or play a certain part so they don't have to feel it. And I've just been sending it back. I'm like, this is not mine. I am not the bad guy. I am just trying to live my life.
Not going to carry this for you
trying
anymore.
to find my own bliss, my own joy, my own peace. This is not my thing.
That's like you were saying earlier with the scapegoat. That's like very common for the scapegoat because that was me too. I was like,
well, I didn't even know I was a scapegoat till, I don't know, last fall.
Yeah, just
maybe?
recently you figured it out.
Epiphany. Well, because my family is so polite.
Yeah.
I mean, your family doesn't have quite as much class. They're little.
You know,
you have all the class in the world, but your family not so much.
Oh, I know. No. They are not classy at all. They're quite trashy.
But classy people can abuse you too.
Yes,
and
they can. Oh, well, no, yeah. I mean, classy people can be quite brutal. They're very in a very polite way that you don't realize.
And they're really smart about it, so that
Mm-hmm.
it's not obvious that they're the bad person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really can stab you in the back too.
Yeah, your family.
I know.
Well, it's been funny seeing how triggered some people are by your videos and the fact that you've gotten no contact or the fact that, this or that. And it's like, well, maybe we should tell more stories about Kat's family.
I know. I was like, well, maybe I just need to go in and like just really tell you what I grew up with because it's like, when I think about it in my head, I'm like, oh yeah. But then when I say it out loud, I'm like, God, that's really bad.
Well, it's awful as a victim that you even feel the need to justify your stories. Because I know when I was talking about getting divorced and my ex and our custody battle, there were so many people that are like, oh, well, what do you mean by abuse? You mean that he didn't say something nice one time? And I'm like, no, he strangled me, he hit me, he hit our kids, he screams in their faces, he doesn't feed them, he breaks stuff, we feared for our lives.
Never knew what mood he was going to be in.
Even feeling the need to give those really personal details to strangers on the internet who don't think I am justified to use this word, how dare you?
Well, I have found it interesting. Most of the videos I make talking about my abuse, there's always some idiot gaslighting me
it's
or
hard
calling
to
me the
know
narcissist.
If the accounts are even real sometimes.
But the ones where I actually talk about my sexual abuse as a child, those ones are the only ones where I don't get stupid.
Everyone kind of gets quiet.
Everybody gets quiet.
Oh, wait, that is really bad.
Well, yeah. Well, even the ones where I've talked about my ex-husband going to strip clubs for years and then coming home and having sex with me and I'd even know. I was I wasn't disgusted then. I'm a lot more disgusted now because I actually have some self-worth. But I've had people who are like, your choice. I'm like, really?
In what way?
In what way? I'm talking about how I didn't even know for years, and then he's got this high from just being at the strip club, and then he's gonna sleep with me. Not really my choice, but guess what? I divorced him.
That was a choice. I made a choice. But then it's the same people that are shaming us for being single moms. Or, divorcing
Or you look at you. You've never been abused. Look at how you look. I'm like,
it's really highlighted how, as a woman, it's a lose-lose situation.
It is. It doesn't matter what you do.
If you stay, you're judged. If you leave, you're judged.
Yeah. Well, and I even did a video about my mom and why I went no contact because I was like, the final draw is when I was in the hospital and I couldn't speak because I had the tonsil the abscess on my tonsil and it really hurt to talk. And it was still all about her while we were in the hospital. And I was just like, maybe text me because it really hurt to talk. And even the doctor looked at her and was like, oh my God. And people still were commenting and saying that I am the bad guy, or maybe I'm overreacting, or maybe I put myself in that role of being her parent and therapist. And I was like, all right, I think we need to make another video and talk about who she really is. She knew about the sexual abuse, never did anything about it. Flirted with my brother's teenage friends, especially the ones that were interested in me. I think she may have slept with one. And then brought home all these disgusting, disgusting men and slept with them, and we could hear it.
Yeah.
And this is when I'm a teenager. This is like just the things that bothered me. Like initially it bothered me as a teenager. But now as an adult, I'm doing a lot of my inner work. I was like, God, where was my mom? I'm like, where was she?
Not to mention the fact that your dad not only was molesting his kids, but beating them.
Oh, yeah.
And just all of this horrific abuse that was going on.
I mean, my brother is handicapped, and he had a stroke when he was a baby, and his right side is limp. And my dad used to chase him in the yard with a horsewhip and then beat both my older brothers with a horsewhip. I mean, and then, you know, I'm just like, well, in my head, I'm like, well, I guess this is just normal. Like,
and so you're like, I'd like to, you know, get online and talk about abuse. This is something I've been through. And people have the audacity to
they're like, well, what do you know?
be like, have you thought about taking responsibility for your part? Like, I was a child.
I know.
I'm sorry for being born. What did you want me to do?
I know. It's just been...
I'm sorry that I made a choice to walk away from my abusers. Like...
Yeah, well, and they made it sound like, well, that's just kind of normal. Our kids slowly separate from their parents. This is kind of a normal thing. I'm like, no, I used to talk to my mom every single day. And if anything ever like happened, or, you know, if we had a dispute or something, I was the one that always called her and be like, we should talk about this. Why are you acting this way? Can we please fix this? And so the last time I did not call her. I did not chase her. I was like, I'm actually going to see if she tries. I'm going to see if she reaches out. I'm going to see if she actually acts like a big girl and
initiates a conversation.
Yep, and tries to be a parent. And guess what? Nope. She didn't for a full year. And she actually started playing this little game with me where I have a sister, and she doesn't see my sister as much. My sister lives really far away. But I'm the favorite child, and obviously because I'm the one that made her feel so good. And so she started actually talking to my sister more, and she went to see my sister and was sending pictures. And I was like, oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to make me feel jealous. Yeah. You're trying to let me see that you're spending time with the child you neglected. And so it was not that long after that I blocked her. I was like, I'm not doing this with you. If you don't have the courage to actually call me and just say, let's talk about this. Did I hurt you? Or I'm sorry? Never. I'm sorry. So that's kind of how it ended. And she's never even tried since the no contact. I think it's been 3 years. I mean, I've gone almost homeless. I've moved. I've been really sick, and she's not even tried to see if I'm okay. So it really is her. There's been a lot of grief around it, a lot of anger.
Yeah.
Very angry, disappointed, but I know the truth now, and I know how much I put into that relationship, and it's really opened my eyes to the type of mom I want to be. And
yeah.
You know, and it's helped me to really go into parts of myself that I didn't really realize how emotionally neglected I was by my mother.
Well, yeah, you had, because your father was so scary. Yeah. It was like you kind of had created a fairy tale about your mom because you needed someone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and every time she was hurt or she was scared or she was upset, I went and I took care of her and helped her and made me feel like I had a connection with somebody and that I was being loved and seen and like I had a mother. But now as an adult, and I look back, there's just so many moments where I was like, where was my mother? Where was she actually? Like, where was she? And then why didn't she do anything about my brother really physically hurting me sometimes? And I would tell her and she'd be like, oh, well, that's what boys do.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, that's what they said about the sexual abuse too.
yeah. That was actually from my aunt when I was older, and I started telling the family what I experienced and what I went through and why I don't talk to my older brother. And my aunt her comment was, well, that's what boys do at that age. And I was just shocked that she said that. And I was like, my brother was 10. I was 7. Yeah. That is actually not normal. I have children that are 13 and 11. That's actually not normal at all.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So there's just been a lot of parts of myself that I've had to go in and just really feel this like anger and grief, but also these parts of myself that never felt saved. I didn't have parents. I didn't have protection. So
yeah.
I don't know why we started talking about my mom, but we did. There you go.
Well, we were just talking about that, how you have that need to justify yourself when you're a survivor of abuse if you talk about being abused.
Yeah.
It's like the abusers are never put on trial and asked to prove their innocence, but survivors are. They are put on trial and asked to prove that they have been hurt.
And it's pretty nerve-wracking.
And that the hurt justifies.
Yeah.
The words used.
Yeah, it's taken me a long time to be able to even talk about this stuff. I mean, I remember I had jury duty maybe 10 years ago, and it was for a young girl that had been sexually molested by a stepfather. I think she was 15. And you can raise your hand and you can say, I can't be a part of this jury because of an experience, or I absolutely already find him guilty. I wouldn't even raise my hand. I was like, no, I'm not even going to raise my hand and then acknowledge that I even went through that. I was like, I don't want all these people to know that I went through this. I'm like, I'm not going to become a victim. And now I look back and I was like, oh yeah, we had some trauma. I thought I was being strong, but now I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, honey, we were so traumatized. We were so afraid of letting people see that parts of ourselves. And
yeah.
But yeah, you still get shaky, you still get afraid to talk about it. You're still afraid you're going to be accused of the bad guy and that you did something wrong, and you still feel like you're not safe.
Yep. Yeah, but talking also is so healing.
Oh yeah, it's really helped me to kind of move some of that anger.
Yeah, it moves a lot of the emotions, but it also it like validates reality.
It does.
It's like, no, this really did happen, and it was really bad, and shockingly so, actually.
Yeah, there's been many times when I've made a video or listened to our podcast, and I actually am listening to myself talk about it, and I'm like, oh, that was actually really bad. That sounds really bad. Yeah. And I always just tell myself, I even think when we met, I told you, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a really great childhood, really happy, with some really dark pieces. That's what I always saw my childhood as. And now I'm just like, wow, that was really fucked up. That was a really dark childhood.
Well, that's what's so interesting for me about going into different family dynamics is it feels like each family has a story that's like their family story that's there, that everyone kind of has agreed upon, and everyone has their part that they're playing in that
the
story.
role they're given.
Yeah. And so as you go into different family dynamics, you have to figure out where you're going to fit in that story, or they will they assign you a role or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you push back at all against the narrative.
Yeah. Well, my mom used to always say
chaos.
She knew there was something special about me. She's like, I just always thought you were really special, and there's just something about you. And she's like, I know you're really strong. And she's used that. She's kept me really close. Because of that. But now she doesn't have it anymore, and I don't think she's doing too well. So,
well, it's kind of like a vampire or a leech just feeding on someone else.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, you're right. I am all of these things, but I'm not giving it away anymore.
It's confusing though, because when you're in their story, everyone else is kind of validating that false reality. Yeah. And you feel crazy.
Yeah,
or you feel like you're the bad guy. This is why scapegoats, victims, we take on this identity of like, I'm the problem. Yeah. Because everyone tells you are.
All the time, and you believe it. And then just, you get to perimenopause, your body's wiped out, worn out, sick, and you have no energy.
Your abusive ex left you for a hot dog.
A hot dog, yeah. Yep. And you're like, you know what, fuck it. I just don't care anymore, and I'm going to start talking.
Yeah, that's what we call the replacement, because it's hot dog's a really easy meal.
Yeah, well, he needed someone easy.
So when you just need an easy meal, you have a hot dog.
Someone easy just to like...
You give your best years and children and body to this man, and he leaves you for a hot dog.
He leaves you for a hot dog. Well, he just needed someone to feel sorry for him and believe his story and then make him feel better whenever he needs it. But I don't know, the hot dog will only last for so long.
Yeah, it's interesting with people and their healing journeys, and like we were talking in the beginning of the episode, how so many of the people we've worked with, they just are like, no, don't want to do it. Actually, I don't mind being depressed too bad. Or whatever it is, you know?
I don't mind the narrative I'm living in. And I'm like, well, I mean, your choice. Like, if that's what you want to do, okay. But, you know, it's... You're not going to be happy, and you might get sick one day, or maybe you're already sick.
Probably a lot of them already are getting sick.
Or you're just going to continue being around a lot of abusive people who take advantage of you.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like we were just talking about how, you know, you've started to do this work, but it took a lot of really hard things.
It did.
And that was the same thing for me. Like, life just had to, you know, we had to kind of have those rock bottom moments, those really dark nights of the soul,
when you just want to give up,
to force us to look at those false narratives that we are participating in.
The fantasies, the stories.
And to be able to make the mess of our lives in order to break free. And
make that choice to, all right, well, I'm going to get back up, and we're not going to do this shit anymore, and pull myself out of this.
But part of setting yourself free, I think, is realizing that other people's work, their healing, it's not something you have any control over, any power over. No. It's like we've said, we've worked with a lot of people over, 5 years we've been working together doing trauma work. And
well, it's like the same with like your children too. Like you realize they have to figure some things out, or they have to just go through the narc.
And it's not even a negative reflection on the person. No. It's just, you know, it really sucks. Doing the deep trauma work is really painful. And
you can't do it for them.
No. And you do it when you're ready to do it, or sometimes you don't do it at all.
Yeah.
And so getting hung up in your own journey, waiting for someone else, whether it's a spouse or a friend or a parent, to do their work, it's wasted energy.
Yeah,
it's not a statement about them being a bad person or a good person. It's just where they're at, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you can stay stuck with them. Like, you can keep waiting for them, but you're just going to be in that forever until maybe they'll do it. But then you're going to waste all this time.
Sometimes they're not doing the work because you're staying there with them.
Yeah. I felt that with when I went no contact with most of my family. Like, there's like one cousin I still talk to. But I, like, some of my, like, family members were not as bad, but they were playing the game. And I just knew, I'm like, the only way for you to do your work is for me to be completely out of this mess and chaos altogether. And so I had to like just walk away from everybody in order to have freedom and have peace in my life, but also just to know, like, I'm not going to be your guys' parents anymore, because that really is kind of the role I have in my family too. I'm like, it's time for you guys to all grow up and go see your wives and siblings and parents. You go figure that out. See your patterns. I'm not going to do this for you guys anymore. And it sucked. It hurt. It was like probably one of the most painful things I've ever done in my life. But
well, that's the thing, is like, they need the scapegoat. They need you in the dynamic to support the narrative, to support the false story.
Yeah.
And if you take yourself out of that, then it creates this chaos. But it's also the only way they have a chance, an opportunity to see themselves to see their patterns is
Exactly.
if we remove ourselves from the equation.
Well, yeah, I think I was like the cozy blanket, the one that makes them feel better. Or
well, you become an enabler at a certain point if you continue to engage.
That's another great thing to even talk about, is being the enabler. Like, that's why you have to like walk away and let them figure it out.
Yeah, because you'll end up enabling abusers and the harm that they're doing to other people if you continue to interact with them. And a lot of times we don't think about that, how the fact that we have not drawn a hard boundary with this person, we are giving them credibility.
Yeah.
Or we are giving them like this cushion.
Yeah.
So they're not feeling all the way the damage that they're doing.
Yeah. Again, it's like being that blanket. It's like the comfy, cozy thing. And so they don't have to feel it all the way. Well, when you take that away, they're going to feel it. It's like a little toddler losing its favorite little blankie, and they have a big old tantrum.
Yeah, it's the only way people do their work is if everyone stops making it so comfortable for them to not do their work.
Yeah.
We reward, as a society, we reward people who are toxic and who are unhealthy. And this is why people aren't doing the work. This is why we have like a narcissism epidemic. It's because they get money and fame for being horrible.
They do. It's even in like movies and shows. It's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, this really needs to stop. And that's why, the ones that are actually really doing the work are like, wow, there's really not a lot of people out there.
No.
It's pretty lonely because there's not a lot of really authentic people self-reflecting and taking kind of accountability.
It's uncomfortable and there's no reward for it. You age, you get tired, you get perimenopause.
Yeah.
You don't get rich and famous for it.
Well, the reward is that you feel good inside, and you have joy in your life. You have joy in your life, and you have good people around you. And if you're a parent, you're probably giving your kids a better chance.
Not causing harm to other people.
Yeah, like
you're not carrying forward these abuse patterns with your children, with the friends in your life, with your family.
Yeah, it's like you have peace in your life. Like life feels good. Like it's not stressful. You get to just have a happy, quiet environment home, and it's like, I don't know what to do with this. It's kind of boring.
It's kind of boring. Life gets kind of boring, and it's great.
But it's great. Because I'd rather have that than the anxiety, and then the like panic attacks that come in sometimes, and then the chaos, and just not feeling it like enough. And
well, we just forget so often. We think that we're the only one we're hurting is ourselves when we engage in these patterns, in these toxic cycles. It's only hurting us, but in reality, we're hurting everyone
around
because
you.
the toxic person is not, they're being enabled and they're being enabled and hurting others, and you're hurting yourself, which means you're not showing up for people that need you to show up because you're giving everything to this toxic personality. And so we think we're just self-sacrificing, and it's so noble, and it's just us that's going to be falling on the sword. But when you hurt yourself, you hurt everyone.
Yeah, you do.
It's that same idea of like you lift yourself up by lifting everyone up. You, as within, so without. Like what you're doing internally affects everyone around you.
Yeah. So that's why we have this podcast.
So Freewoman.
This is why we've created this, because, we're trying to reach out to others.
There's not that many out there, but they are out there. You are not alone. There are other women and a few men.
And some men.
I'd
like to, it'd be great to meet some of those men, because they're like very far in between.
Few and far between. I mean, they all are. Just healthy people who are taking accountability for their decisions are few and far between.
They are.
But they are there, and we are here, and we will continue to be here.
We will continue to be here, and we will continue talking and being courageous and brave and talking about all the shit we've been through.
So stay tuned.
Remember to like and subscribe.